내년 제18차 샤카디타 한국대회 성공 개최를 위해 마련한 기획보도 세계 속 붓다의 딸 네 번째 주인공은 크리스티장 샤카디타 대만 회장입니다. 최준호 기자가 영상으로 만났습니다.
장 선생님께서는 샤카디타 국제지부 회장을 지내셨고 지금은 샤카디타 타이완의 회장을 맡고 계신 걸로 알고 있습니다. 먼저 어디에 거주하고 있고 또 어떤 일을 하고 계시는지 본인 소개를 간단히 부탁드립니다.
For the past 20 years, for my career, I have been in the field of international educational exchange. So I basically run study abroad programs for American university students who come to Taiwan to study language, culture, religion, society, So I've been the resident director for this study abroad program in Taipei. So that's what I do for a living. And I also teach. I'm a linguist, so I teach language education. I train language teachers. I train translators. So that's what I've been doing before the pandemic starts, right? So after the pandemic, that part of career has been, suspended for quite a while. And I started singing. I also produced, a Buddhist song album for the past year. So that's what I've been doing recently.
네, 샤카디타 활동을 시작하시게 된 계기와 또 샤카디타 타이완의 활동에 대해서 소개를 부탁드립니다.
We started 샤카디타 Taiwan when I was the president of 샤카디타 International. When I was the president, we started thinking about growing national or local chapters, branches and chapters of 샤카디타 International. So that was one motivation. We need to start, we were developing guidelines to establish national branches and chapters for 샤카디타 International. So since I'm based in Taiwan, so I thought, maybe we can use Taiwan as a starting point, as the first sample. So that's number one motivation. Main activities, as I mentioned, is basically many translators. We have been running translation programs, translation retreat, and we try to support 샤카디타 international conferences throughout the years. So that's what we, basically do as a 샤카디타 Taiwan branch.
대만 사람들은 승가에 대한 존경심이 대단하다고 들었습니다. 그 이유는 혹시 어떤 거라고 생각하시나요?
Well, I think it's a tradition. It's part of the culture. We respect those who are in the robe, as we do for the Sakyamuni Buddha and his disciples. And these are full-time practitioners, right? We want to respect them for their guidance. We take refuges in the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. Although in modern time, we have a new interpretation for the Sangha. It can include all the lay practitioners as well. And I would say that actually the respect is mutual. I think also the Sangha members, the monastic practitioners, they also respect the lay practitioners. I think in Taiwan, we work pretty much, equally together. We have many wonderful lay teachers as well. And I think many monastic practitioners also try to invite the lay teachers to teach them. So I think it's a very good situation we have in Taiwan.
대만 불교가 다른 문화권의 불교와 어떤 차이가 있고 또 직면하고 있는 문제는 무엇이라고 생각하십니까?
Well, in Taiwan, we have the Mahayana Chinese tradition, and so most of us, will say Amitofo. You will hear that all the time when you are in Taiwan. So that's Amitabha Buddha. A Pure Land tradition. There are many different traditions in Taiwan, I would say. Taiwan is very diverse. in terms of the Buddhist traditions. These days, we have many Vajrayana Tibetan Buddhist practitioners among us, and also the Theravada practitioners as well. And yet, everyone would say Amitofo. So that would be something that's, very, very salient. As soon as you come to Taiwan, you meet the Buddhists, they would say Amitofo. Everyone, no exception, I would say that. And the challenge that Taiwan is facing, I would say, is probably very popular also in Asia, in Korea, in Japan, in Southeast Asia as well. I think the younger generation are not so much coming to Buddhism. I think Buddhism needs to catch up a little bit, generally in Asia.
샤카디타 활동의 비전과 또 미래 세대에 전해야 할 메시지는 무엇이라고 보십니까?
Open-mindedness, I would say, is the message I would like to offer to the younger generation. It's very important to keep open-minded, whether it's something that you've never heard of or it's something that you heard of already and yet you haven't tried it yet. Keep an open mind, give it a try. Especially, I think, the Buddha Dharma is something that is very profound. Think of it. It's a tradition that has lasted over 2,600 years. Why do you think that people throughout these 2,600 years, and also so many people around the world, why do you think they will come to the Buddha Dharma to find something for their lives? There must be something interesting and helpful for you. So I would say that give it a try, open heart, open mind.
내년에 한국에서 제18차 샤카디타 대회가 열립니다. 한국 불자들에게 전하고 싶은 이야기가 있다면 부탁드립니다.
I think it's wonderful that Korea is once again welcoming the 샤카디타 conference back to Korea, because 2014 there was one 샤카디타 conference in Korea, and all of us still remember our very wonderful time in Korea together. And I really am very grateful for our Korean friends, our Dhamma friends, to be embracing 샤카디타 back in Korea again. And I sincerely hope many Buddhists around the world, if you haven't experienced Buddhism in Korea, join through this 샤카디타 conference, this great opportunity, so that you get to understand, to experience the Korean Buddhist culture, such a beautiful culture. And also you get to meet Buddhist friends from all around the globe.
인터뷰 감사합니다, 선생님.